exactly why I didn't want to join the podcast.
Well, how would you like to spend the next 4 months? Like when
You're on camera, remember?
Yeah, I mean. No, because I told
these
them.
people.
Having sex
We
smoke
didn't want to
weed.
do this. No, I think I've given up on changing how the school works.
Said high, I said low, how far should I go? Should I jump through hoops in the January snow? I said bad, she said good, but I knew that she would. Running circles around me, pick me up when I'm low. She said hopes, it's a dream, since it suddenly seems she can cradle me gently, brush me off so I'm clean. I can talk, she can listen, I will bet she will glisten. Taking walks in the snow, now you see what you're missing. It's nothing but a silent sound at the foot of the hill. You could be keeping me up all night, and you probably will. You're gonna kill me.
They say that is that true? That they say that like if you cheers with an empty glass that you have bad sex for 7 years?
They say that about everything though.
Yeah, if you cheer without holding it, if you cheer without looking in the eyes, there is many,
Bad sex
many
for 7 years.
things that can come from it.
Okay.
So what brings you here, Lino?
Well, Orion, Pavel. I remember the moment when we had a conversation in one of the establishments we frequent together, and Orion, again, like a fountain of ideas, had a new brain fart of doing this podcast. And as always, I'm very supportive of Orion executing on his ideas. But I told him I might not join in the beginning, but maybe if you make it to 10 episodes, I'll be there. And I like to stick to my word. So here I am.
Man, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me finally.
Awesome. So we're here with Bruno, and we asked him a question about the song that he listens to, and he put out a song called Taj Mahal, which has got a very groovy beat to it.
I heard it.
Oh, you heard it, which is why you came. So yeah, why this song? What is this?
Well, this song speaks about a love story between the Princess Shah Jahan and the Princess Nimahal. And yeah, it's just a very, very good representation for me about Brazilian music, not just because it's a classic singer from MPB, old MPB, and is still playing nowadays, but also, as we're gonna discuss further in this episode, it reminds me a lot of my friends in Brazil, my special group of closer friends. We used to have a very classic, how is it called? Mosh pit. When this music plays at any party, yeah. Wow. So it's something that warms my heart.
Did you listen to this going out?
Yeah, we can listen to this going out, yeah. But mostly in the MPB parties.
Yeah.
More like instrumental, lower bass.
Do you have a playlist with all the songs the guests show you?
Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should have a playlist.
We haven't asked everyone the music questions.
Yeah, that's
so
the thing. We
there's
only
not-
asked music
we have
questions.
Natasha, we have Isa, and
That's
we have
it.
Bruno now. That's it.
Yeah.
I'd love to put 3 songs on the playlist.
Hey, what about you? Which kind of songs do you listen when you come back home?
How do you pause it?
Depends on the mood, I guess. I get what you said before. Sometimes you kind of need a musical shower to restart the second half of your day, where it would be more classical Italian songs to sing along because they are high energy. I know the lyrics, but mostly I listen to Swiss German music, Swiss German rap. I guess I can relate to them the most. They're all hobby musicians. They live in the same small cities. You see the stars kind of in the bars or in the stores you go to. And apart from that, a lot of hip hop, house.
You want to pick a song?
Oh, this is super short, so like, this is a very short one.
You will feel like me now because I listen to a lot of music. I don't understand any of the lyrics.
I can also like put the song in the video. the artist is
And you can have a taste.
So what does music mean to you?
So yeah, actually, after
It's like the soundtrack to my own movie. And
Yeah.
I can choose what is playing, kind of.
that's actually a
And
good way to
it
put it.
influences a lot your mood, or it changes the speed of the movie you're in, kind of. I like it. It's supporting act, but plays a big role.
So I was dating a girl once, like dating her for a few weeks. Obviously I can't name her. She didn't listen to music. I remember like I was like, oh, so what
You
song?
didn't
is that?
listen to it
Yeah,
at all?
exactly. Yeah, I'm like, how does that like? She's like, I'm like, hey, so what's your favorite song? You know, like the first few questions you asked. You know, just like get to know each other. Like, no, I don't really listen to music. I'm like, no, but like at some point, like you have earphones. And she's like, no, I don't have earphones. You have Spotify? No, I have nothing. Like, to me, that was like, how does someone like not listen to music? It's the
Red
first.
flag.
Why? Definitely a red flag.
Psychopath.
But we can't name her now.
But I know people who say they don't like music.
I do-
They don't have any app to consume any form of music. Like if it plays somewhere, they're not complaining, but for themselves, they wouldn't put on the music.
The music at all. Like, yeah, that I can't imagine.
That's crazy because there are some activities on our daily routine that I just cannot think about doing without music, like working out, cleaning the house, driving. I'm not driving much those days, but even though, like if I'm driving, I'm definitely listening to music.
That's one of the nicest aspects of driving, is having your own soundtrack to
I
be driving.
have
Exactly.
such an old car. I need to listen to music because whenever I don't listen to music, I hear all the noises. And I'm constantly freaking out. Like, is something broken? It's like, oh no, I'm just not listening to music. I don't hear the sounds.
That's what happens when I'm working out as well.
Well, that's true.
I mean, talking about music, and you know, since we are on the topic of music with Bruno, you were on stage at open mic. You were singing.
Yes.
What was that experience like? You went on stage, you sang in front of like hundreds of us. We all were there.
Yeah, we were all there, man. It was definitely a very, very remarkable experience. One other project that I'm supporting from Arian, like just to to show my commitment to this friendship. But man, it was a very good experience. Like I'm not a talented person, not a talented musician, but I really love to sing at the shower. Usually alone. Driving is the moment usually sing the most. And well, when I heard about the first open mic, I was not in Barcelona at the date, so I was not able even to go attend it and watch the guys performing. But I heard so many good feedbacks about it, not just about the people that were watching, but also by the artists, because actually we have a lot of friends that are real artists at the NBA.
Some super cool artists.
And yeah, definitely. And I said like, man, I may join in the next one. And then suddenly, like from the first edition to the second, things grow exponentially. It was like a group of friends like singing in a circle, and suddenly we're like on a proper stage.
Yeah.
Well, Danny did an amazing job guiding me through the preparation process.
Shout out to Danny.
Cheers to Danny. And yeah, but it was definitely a very, very cool experience. I have the last time I was on a stage to sing actually was at the age of 5 or 6.
What?
Yes, at the age of 5 or 6, and my mom taught me. Now, my mom is a very important person in my life. I'm crazy about my mom.
Crazy. She was the one who did this draw.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Actually, this draw is from Tarsila do Amaral. It's a Brazilian painter that from the 20s.
Your mom painted that.
Yeah, and this is a Bapuro, and my mom did like based on her work.
So it's a copy.
It's a copy. It's a totally a copy.
But that's still super impressive.
Super cool, right? She did it during pandemic.
Nice. That's a good project.
Good project.
Lucrative, selling fake art.
But actually it was for free. Yeah, and then she taught me the song Asa Branca, which is a very famous Brazilian song, and then I was invited to sing at the school. And when it comes the moment for me to sing, I freeze. People were singing like, Bruno, come on the stage. I was like, no fucking way. Not fucking, but just like, no, I was freezed. And that was the end of my career as a musician. So the open mic was actually like overcome on the trauma.
So it's therapy.
Yeah, it was therapeutic.
You should charge him.
Well, my account's payable to Arian already, so let's not touch this point right now. But it was an amazing experience.
Oh, nice. I mean, it was good to see you on stage. Like that's also one of the reasons Lino actually teared up on the first open mic, and he came and told me, he's like, man, like just seeing your friends on stage, just fucking, enjoying what they do, their love for the music, and it's so nice. And I remember he came and told me, gave me a wine bottle. Man, that was lovely. That was
I
like,
cried tears, yeah.
and then when he gave me the wine bottle, I was like, man, this actually, like, this is worth something, there's a real meaning to it, and I'm glad that you got to like experience that. Pavel was on stage. He was a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, my musical talents are not my strong suit. I'm more of a passive consumer, but it was fun telling jokes. It was, I've told people before that, since then that I was on stage telling jokes, and I'm like, wow. And then I was like, yeah, but it was mostly like jokes about people that were in the audience that everyone else in the audience knew. So it's kind of like a training wheels thing, but it was fun to like write some material. I promised Jan that when I come back, I have to do like a real set, which is.
Oh really? You're gonna do a real set?
That was with you, man.
Was that on the podcast?
Either like before the podcast or during the podcast, but
So on the Ibiza trip, there is going to be an open mic, the last one, in Ushuaia. Orion is organizing.
Nice. Nice management, Aaron.
Man, I'm dying. I'm getting C's in my exams now. Like doing an extracurricular.
Entrepreneurial spirit.
so you're saying I'm gonna be the next Dave Chappelle after the Ibiza.
Okay, wow. First section was, both like funny. We've been laughing, emotional. Spoke about your mom, and then like music. We get to the second section, and the way for our thousands of fans who've been following our show for many months, the way we work is that the second section is the critical part about you. We get to know you, as a person. And when we were talking about this episode and talking about Bruno, Jan mentioned that this section for Bruno should be about leadership. And he actually made this, and I quote Jan, he said this, that if I ever have a company or an organization, I want Bruno to be my leader. Now, do you agree with it? And so yeah, like he said that, but it's something that I also personally, the moment he mentioned it, I thought of it, I was like, yeah man, like Bruno is a leader. Like, he's someone who embodies what I look at a person who is considered to be a leader. Do you see yourself as a leader?
Wow, I mean...
I spoke too much, but...
Sounds like a BCG interview.
Yeah. Started with the easy question, like, what kind of song do you like?
Are you a leader?
Can I make some clarification questions just to see if I understood the case? Well, who am I to be against Jan Zeiler's opinion, right? This is one of the brightest heads I have ever met, but yeah, man, it's a tricky question. I think to answer it, we have to think first, what is leadership, right, by itself? And I think the most accepted concept about leadership would be to be able to have people following your ideas, your actions, your example, let's say. Not that I'm an awesome example, but I would say that yes, I think I can get to build some empathy with the people that I care about, and this kind of give me the opportunity to share in deep what I think with them, and maybe get some people to build new ideas with me. So yeah, I think in that sense, yes, I can have a kind of a leadership between the ones that I'm surrounding.
But do you think empathy is your biggest strength, like in terms of like connecting with people? Like, is that?
Yeah, man, because I am very passionate about people, getting to know people, get to understand them, how they think, because we're all super different. Not even here in MBA, it's even more because we're people from all different countries, many nationalities, many different backgrounds. So it's very rich to get to know people and understand who they are and how they see the world. But this is something that I carry for a long period already. Since I'm a child, I've moved a lot from city to city when I was young. So I was born in São Paulo, lived in Manaus, moved to São Paulo, moved to Franca, moved to Floripa, France, Floripa, Vigo, Barcelona. So it's like the 10th city or 10th move I did coming here. And I had to learn how to adapt to those new situations, new environments, understand what people they appreciate, how they think, and how to feel included in that
a new atmosphere. And by learning how to feel included or how to be included, because feeling alone is very bad. I have already felt alone myself. I think this triggered on me like this real desire to always look for getting people included or making people feel embraced or never feel alone. And by doing that, which right now is very natural for me, I mean, I see people, I can interact with this person and get in touch and get to know this person deeper. All the kind of people from the most extrovert to the most introvert. I think by doing that is when I build this trust relationship with them, and somehow I can have some influence, let's say, in terms of opinions or directions to follow. So that's how I think, I think what's my biggest, let's say, talent. It's getting to know people and making friendships.
It's funny that you said empathy, because when you said leader and Bruno, first word that came to my mind was empathy. The second one, righteous, and the third one, curious. And curious, yeah, I think you're very curious.
I'm very
the way I met you, like the way you look and tackle the world, like you're open for it, like that you lived in 10 different cities is like a proof of your curiosity, like how you go around and how open you are to new things and people, to like living as experiencing things.
I totally agree. That's so fun because Lino was the first MBA friend I did, like
Really?
right before the classes.
Yeah, we met before the MBA started. And I don't know, I think I connect with people through values. And like we haven't spent the most time with each other, but we had a bond from the beginning that was very deep, because I think we look similarly at the world.
No, I totally agree, man. This guy is alive, I'm sure. No, it's that's. I think that's the main point, you know. Like, it's very. If I have some kind of leadership, if I'm able to influence others or to get people closer to me or to feel comfortable surrounding me, man, that's so natural for me right now, because it's not something that I try to do or that I think about. I just really love to get connected and.
You know, there's one thing that I thought would happen before coming to a MBA about leadership.
Mhm.
Is I thought everybody would come here and want to be a fucking smart ass, you know. I'm the guy who leads, you know, and I'll be the team captain, that didn't happen. I was genuinely expecting, because you expect things to be
There was a bit of that.
Was it?
I think the first few weeks there was a bit of that, but then people kind of settled in more.
But it was also not the real leaders that like ended up leading things, it was the loud people.
Right, exactly.
Like, I think the real leaders, they weren't screaming around that they were the leaders, they showed that they were by doing what they did.
Yeah, no, I agree. Since we're all sharing Bruno stories, do you remember when we first met? It's okay if you don't.
It's not on camera. It's not like you're recording this.
Wasn't it at CCC?
No, it was in a cafeteria, and it was like very early on, like obviously after BSP, because you wouldn't have been there during BSP, but like probably like first or second week of like proper school, and I was sitting in the cafeteria, and then, or either maybe you were, and at this point I'd had like 50 conversations that were exactly the same, like, where are you from? What did you do before? What do you want to do after MBA? You know, blah blah blah. And then somehow we ended up sitting together in the cafeteria, and it was just the two of us at the table, and we started a conversation that was very superficial like that. But then within like 15 minutes, we actually started like sharing, and that was super nice. And I think like the fact that you could do that, now I know it wasn't me, it was him. Because he doesn't even remember, right? For me, it made the pressure, but
the CCC is the Cool Consultants Club.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to
which
clarify.
is there's very few cool consultants.
We did actually, 4 of us actually had a CCC meeting.
Yeah, but for me the most remarkable
Man, it was
member
so
from
far.
us was this workshop.
It was
Yeah,
so
the workshop.
far.
We had
Man.
a workshop.
I was in my party net there. I was like, where the fuck is this place, man? It took me like
The
30
first butnet still.
Yeah.
We need to go back to MBK, man.
We all need to make a new membership.
Yeah. Oh, it's 1 year later.
So, yeah, it's still recording. I mean, like, just talk about like leadership. Like, so, do you see yourself? Would you want to be a leader, like, of, I don't know, company, organization, politician? I don't know what. Like, do you want to be that, or you're like, no, you know what, I'm happy to be on the sidelines. I don't want.
Mm-hmm. In this sense, to me, like a manager or a manager with a high, let's say, responsibility on the shoulders into a company. Yeah, that's a tricky question because I think so. Like I think I would love to do that. Not love to do that. Sorry, let me think. Rephrase it.
I would love to be.
I think I would really like to do that because I'm very committed to whatever I do. So I'm very hard worker. Let's say there are some people that are very genius. There's some people that have to work hard.
I don't like this pointing thing you just did.
Example of a genius. Which movie won the Oscar? Which movie won the Oscar in 1976?
Rocky.
See, look at this guy, man. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, usually.
You sure?
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. He knows all the movies that have won Oscars in every year since 1925,
Well, they only started in 1927. So.
Okay.
Well,
You know all the
27.
categories?
No.
Just the name.
I mean, I can give a good guess for a lot of them, but it wasn't like a special effort to like I sat and memorized them. It's just more like I was really into movies and I was learning a lot. And back then, like I still cared about the Oscars, and then my memory is very retentive. So
Why don't you care about them anymore now?
because I've realized that good movies don't get rewarded and bad movies often do. But my memory is still quite retentive. So yeah. I mean, 1976. Before someone fact checks this, if you look up which movie won the Oscar in 1976, you might get One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest because that was the best movie for the year 1975. So the ceremony was in 1976.
Wow.
But by the way, I don't think any of this is genius. I hope there's a bit more to my intelligence than knowing which movie won Oscars.
Yeah, so yeah.
After this vivid demonstration of intelligence. So basically I think two things. One, I'm very committed to whatever I do so I can get very into what I'm doing. So a long-term project is getting in front of the leadership of a big company or an organization that I own or that I have started is definitely a nice challenge to have. And I really loved the experiences I had as a manager because you're not only taking care of a whole team or a strategy for this team, but you're also developing people while you're doing that. And I kind of am a frustrated professor that have not become a professor somehow. I feel like I really would love to give classes and teach people. So that's a way that I can do this indirectly. But it's also true that it's a lot of commitment, and a part of being a very hard worker, I really love my life as well. So I really love to be close to my family, to my friends, and to have time and energy to spend a good quality time with them. So yeah, trade-offs. It depends on where this opportunity would appear in each phase of my life and which phase of my career of my life. So maybe I'm into having kids, or maybe I'm into staying close to my parents when they're older. I don't know which will be the moment. But yeah, let's see. I think I would like it. The ability that I have, I'm very patient, maybe more than I should. And also is something very intrinsic from me that I tend to adapt to some situations in a way to fit those situations. As I mentioned before, fitting was an issue for me in the past, or when I was in a new environment or getting to know new people, a new school, and so on and so forth. I have already passed through a phase in my life where I have suffered a lot of bullying as well, so I would say that a kid that is bullied sometimes they definitely struggle to get to feel integrated. So all of this, I think, gave me some plasticity to adapt to situations, and for you to take me out of my inner peace state,
It takes a lot.
yeah, you need to make some effort. Yeah.
But this is tricky. Like for me, growing up, at some point, I also I think it's something everybody realized. But like your time is limited, and you can choose who you want to spend it with.
Exactly.
But then on the other hand, I think also you lose out by only meeting or hanging out with people that are exactly the same as you. And like I enjoy hanging out with someone with the same values, as me more as well, because there is a certain vibe. We look similar at the world, we can relate more to each other. But I like to expose myself to people that think differently. Maybe not when I want to have a vulnerable moment with friends or anything, but the occasional confrontation, I think, gets me further and I enjoy.
I totally agree. I think you are right. And indeed, when I say like not sharing the same values, not necessarily the content being different, but the way to deal with this confrontation, you know? Because some people just don't know how to confront ideas or to respect other ideas or to just listen to you, know, okay, we are different. I'm gonna show you my points, you show me your points, and that's it, let's grow with that. Then if this conversation doesn't follow in this way and the person, I don't know, of the situation heats up or if someone is not in a good mood to have this kind of interaction, then I prefer not to have. You know, like
you don't need to convince everyone.
No, not at all.
But you need to be able to voice your opinion.
Definitely. And I think on the working context, I would say that in the end of the day, it's always work. We cannot take things in personal. Different people have different agendas, different goals to meet.
True.
So there you learn how to not take things personal in the work environment. There you can feel more comfortable about working in a big corporation. So
I mean, an ESA would have been nice for you guys, right? Like, it allowed us to do that. There were like just 350 people.
That's what I love most about it. To sit in classrooms with 70 people from all over the world that are all more or less the same age, have lived more or less through the same path, even though they've seen the world through a very different perspective, and this is very enriching. Way more than the teachings of a lot of professors, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the team as well, because you're forced to. I mean, I was very lucky. Like, my team cohesion was very good up until the end. There was very few conflicts, but just being forced to work with the same people for a year is like a very good like ESA instructive thing, because a lot of business schools don't do that, where you will be put in a team, but maybe for like 3 months. Here you have to like figure out how to work with that person for 9 months.
yeah.
And some people just couldn't do it. And I think it's a shame because,
Were you just able to work with your team and not have conflicts, or are you friends apart from the professional relationship, kind of?
So we transitioned in an interesting way. We started off being more professional and less friendly. And then first term we were like very on top of everything. Second term we relaxed a bit. We bonded a lot doing the leadership video, and
That was a fun exercise.
yeah, it was a fun exercise in general, and we also did very well in terms of like the three of us just like sat for like hours generating ideas, and so we had.
It was a shitty video.
Fuck you.
Mine was better. Mine was better.
And then by second term, like people's priorities had shifted. People were like recruiting, but by that point we knew that we could trust each other to do basically any assignment. So we did end up doing a lot of delegating to the point where you could just put 2 or 3 people on something and just trust that they would do it. So we weren't like meeting up every day or anything close to it for work, but then we started being like, okay, we need to compensate for this, and we started hanging out more socially. And by third term it was like completely like people stopped basically doing more than we had to for the assignments, but then we were actually like going to different restaurant for every cuisine of every team member.
That's cool.
I mean, a lot of teams did that. I'm not saying we were like special, but it was quite nice to have that transition.
And I mean, you were gone now, but did the others meet? Because I heard of some teams that like met way more in the second year than they did in the first year.
I've heard that as well. I think I wasn't the only one gone. There were 3 of us doing exchange, and then one of us just became a dad. So I think there was some meeting.
Who became a dad?
Arturo.
Oh,
Oh, congratulations. Yeah, Arturo.
Congrats, Arturo.
Shout out. Shout out Arturo, Arlette, and Santiago. But we're meeting all of us next Tuesday for Chinese New Year.
Nice.
With the baby, and
Nice.
so that's gonna be cool. So I think there was some social stuff going on while I was away, but I didn't have too much FOMO because I wasn't the only one who was away. It would have been tougher if I was the only one who exchanged, but we had 3 people, which is probably as much as any other team.
The most, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this people part, I feel, I agree with, it's my favorite part of like this MBA. Like, Have I learned like crazy business strategy skills? No, I haven't.
Buy low, sell high.
I forgot today already that we had a subject called operational finance.
I was like, no, so it's a people part, and I feel the people aspect is, it's like 5-6 years worth of friendship packed into 2 years. More actually, so much.
5-6 years worth of life. Probably.
Man, so much. So I've done so
5-6 years worth of drinking.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
5-6 years of drinking. Cheers.
No, but to what you said before, for me, like it's a safe space. You can, like what you said related a lot, like the stand-up. The audience was friends and they knew the jokes. The open mic is such a good example for how much of a safe space it is where you can go full out.
Yeah.
And the worst that happens is you fall in this artificial world bubble where everybody's super forgiving and there for you, kind of. So you actually can try out a lot of stuff, but a lot of people are still afraid to try stuff out and just go for what seems aspirational or what everybody else does. And I think, I mean, luckily enough, I was not lured from this route from the beginning and did kind of my own thing. And now it's like a trade-off between fully enjoying the last 4 months as a student, because this was 2 amazing years of living, not working 60-80 hour weeks and not being responsible for a lot of people was a lot of relief. Nevertheless, there was a lot to do. Like I never had too much time and was bored with what to do, kind of. There was always more than enough to do. And again, now in these 4 months, there would be way more than enough fun things, student things, relationship building things to do. Whereas also you need to try to kind of set yourself up for what comes after, where I'm in the privileged position that I guess also I don't die if I don't start to work again on the 1st of June, but like by the 1st of July or August, at some point you need to get active again. And kind of this is a setup phase for that. So it's a trade-off between enjoying and living life in Barcelona while also setting you up for what comes after, kind of.
Yeah.
And finding the balance in between that, I think this is the goal for the next 4 months, at least for me.
Wow.
Wow.
Good way to end it.
It's a good way to end it. I mean, it's a good way to end the section on leadership. Bruno spoke so much about leadership, and just a fun fact, he got a C in leadership.
Opposite of glory hunting. It's like I managed to find also prepared by the chef that I want to prepare it.
Yeah.
The best way you want it.
Oh, okay. So in this case, I would want my dad's barbecue.
Mine don't have canned cook, so I'm just gonna go with like the best sushi chef has ever existed. So maybe like a plate of omakase. That's my dad's review. Just max it out, bro. Like, imagine the.
No, the last meal can't be an omakase.
Why? It's so long.
But that guy fucking on the death row and like, he's fucking me.
Yeah, like 2 bites.
Yeah.
Bye.
No.
Come on, man.
A whole like, you know, dining experience, not just one sushi, obviously.
What the fuck? No, this is just too many. Your last meal. Yeah, that's like an elitist thing to say. I would like, you know, my cousin.
The whole point is that it takes ages, so I'm spending less time in death row thinking about how I'm gonna die tomorrow, and more time just like eating banging sushi. I don't see what the problem is.
Oh my god, you're not death row. It's the stupidest thing to eat. What would you eat, Lino?
I think tonkatsu fried chicken, but like a cordon bleu, so filled with cheese and ham.
Oh, okay, yeah.
As a side, and then maybe a very spicy curry that makes me sweat a little. So I leave one last time.
Yeah, I feel this feeling for the last time. It will be good as well.
Also, you don't have to worry about painful shit in the morning.
Yeah, not at all.
You can eat as spicy as you like.
Alright, welcome back to the. Wow. I don't know how we started talking about beetroot.
So now
You
it
are
brings us
allergic to red wine.
No. So we have questions from the audience.
Okay,
from the
nice.
audience. Let me. I remember. One question. But the first question is simple one. How do you know so many languages? How?
Which ones do you know? Tell us.
So, I know, posso falar em português, porque eu nasci no Brasil. Eu sei hablar en español también porque vivo en España desde principios de 2020. I'm speaking in English, as we are discussing so far. And j'ai déjà habité en France aussi, donc je sais parler un petit peu de français. But the fact is that, I'm natively a Latin speaker, so Portuguese is a Latin language. And then French is also a Latin language. And Spanish is also a Latin language, which I use basically every day. So it's very hard for me to
You don't
speak
speak
in French.
Italian?
Man, unfortunately not, which is quite curious, because my mom's Italian, and all my mother family is Italian.
But you speak.
But they speak Italian, or?
And they speak Italian. My mom
I
moved
mean,
to
I'm sure you
Brazil
could.
with
I'm
15.
sure you could pick it up.
Yeah,
No,
he
yeah,
can
I
speak.
can
I've seen-
understand.
He can speak. I've seen him speak to Luca in Italian.
Yeah, sometimes it's like Spanish singing, but
Ein bisschen Deutsch kannst du auch.
yeah, genau.
Well, like, do you believe in it? Do you read it? What star sign are you?
It depends a lot
On
on
how
the
the girl is.
But definitely, like, I'm Sagittarius with this Capricorn. My moon is in Aries, and my Mars is in. My Mars is a silly one, a very silly one. Cancer.
I didn't understand any
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I didn't understand
the
anything.
universe as well.
Yeah.
And whenever I look up to the sky in a night where there is no light pollution and like you can just see the depth of it kind of. And like a fact I heard about that I feel to believe is true is like the universe is expanding constantly.
It is.
What
It
is
is
it expanding into?
No, so it's
That is peak stoner moment.
Yeah.
I agree.
No.
That's a good question.
so
Now I want Bruno's answer first, then you can explain.
okay.
Wow.
That's a very good question.
That's
Wow.
a very good question. What is expanding into? I
Like we're here on this ball, like you little human on this ball that rotates around itself around the
No,
sun
yeah.
in a like system of stars and galaxy, and it's like getting bigger and bigger.
many galaxies, man. We are just cosmic dust. Actually, we are nothing, right? It's very difficult for me to think about where we're expanding to. But by knowing that we are so insignificant in the whole universe, there's absolutely no reason for us to put any barrier in something that could make us happy, I would say. We just need to enjoy the experience the most as we can. The experience to be alive. Because it's crazy, we are literally absolutely
Crazy coincidence.
nothing. Absolutely nothing.
No, but tell me one thing. How do you then? It's easy to not think about the bad and painful moments in life because you're like, hey man, we're just cosmic dust, you know, like all these barriers to happiness. But then what about the moments that we do well and like this moment of like, oh, I want to be successful and like, if nothing, it's so insignificant. Then it should also apply to the good things.
No, not quite.
No.
Well, wait. Sorry.
No,
you
go
wanna
ahead,
answer
go
this? So I think the difference is that because we only have a short amount of time, we owe it chiefly to ourselves to be happy.
It's not the shortness of time, it's the insignificance of our presence.
Yeah, but that's related. At the end of the day, it boils down to the same thing, which is you're gonna die, and we don't know what happens after death. Probably nothing to us, and either way, like there were so many things going on that our own presence is insignificant. But I think the chief thing here is our fear of death, more than the fear of the unknown, because all of the fear boils down to fear of death and like being forgotten and being ignored. Whether that's right now while you're still alive, the other stars don't care about you, doesn't really matter. What we really don't want to know is that we're gonna die one day. But in the meantime, we still have to live our lives, and we want to be happy, and we want to make people who are important to us happy. And in order to do that, we need to achieve success because humans are social animals, and they need to have certain markers of success
Yeah, but then-
in order to
but then
for us to
isn't-
enable us to do other things.
Isn't it very helpful to know and accept that you're gonna die, because then you can way more enjoy kind of every day, because you could die tomorrow and it's not like living for an afterlife that might never come.
No, yeah, 100%. Mortality is good. There's There's actually a guy who's written a very good book about like just like the I forgot his name.
Okay.
Basically
Put
talks
it in-
about
Put it in later.
yeah, he talks about like how death is actually like it really brings meaning to our lives is death. Because there's an end, which is why like everything else makes sense.
So, but going back to the universe being insignificant, like all you can control is your little corner of the universe, and that's the bit which is going to make you happy in your 70, 80, 90 years on Earth.
Yeah,
So,
you're also
unless you can
significant.
control the universe, you are significant to people around you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing that matters, right? Because you can't control what the universe expands or not. Like, you can only care about things that you. I mean, that's not true. Caring
what
about
does it even mean? Like you can't. Bruno said it before. Like I can't comprehend what it means that it expands.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah, there's no meaning. Like
Yeah.
no meaning.
We have no impact on it. Like,
there's
I mean,
also
It's good that we're curious about it though,
Yeah.
because we're probably, at least out of all the species that we know, we're the only species who actually like
think about it. Yeah.
has asked themselves these questions. Yeah.
Oh, I have one. Wow. So, how to? Well, there were two, but very related. It's basically like how to win your heart, and how you how are you this perfect man for a woman? There were two of these questions.
from the audience.
Yeah.
I know who this one is from probably.
Yeah. So,
One
first
of the
one is
avid
how to-
fans of the show.
yeah, and fans of Bruno. So the first one is like how to win your heart. How to win your heart, Bruno.
Pizza.
You're lactose intolerant.
Homemade dough.
Pizza. Homemade dough. It can be Napolitan or
Just one of those.
Romanic, but
So for anyone watching this, just get pizza,
Pizza.
for Bruno, and that's it. That's it. We finally go to the last question.
So, Bruno, I have another question for you, and it's a question we ask all our guests, and it's not the question I just asked before. And the question is, what is the meaning of life? Take the time.
yeah.
The glasses are back on. All right.
I cried
Yeah,
tears
so this
before.
one, yeah, what is the meaning of life? Yeah, like definitely for this.
Well, starting on the point that you have just touched, that we are mainly only cosmic dust, and that our existence doesn't really change much outside of our surroundings and the people that we know and that we love and that we cultivate love with. I think the meaning of life is that, to cultivate these moments, to enjoy these moments with the people you love, and to fulfill them with your love back, because I think nothing is gonna last. We're gonna all pass through here, not just physically right now, but existentially. It doesn't matter what is your trust, what's your belief, what you think is gonna happen. At a certain point, as we are right now, we're gonna not be here, and it could be very soon. It could be in a longer period. So there's no other thing for us to do than be happy and to fulfill love with the people we love. I think this is the meaning of life. To have relationships that like this, relationships that we cultivate, that we're gonna carry with us. I mean, it's so crazy because I already know I'm gonna be able to rely on you guys at any moment after these 4 months that we are so afraid of. And 2 years ago, I had no clue about who you are, what were your past, what were your dreams, or how would be to get some of you on my existence as well, and now I do, and it's just like I'm very thankful for getting to know you guys and for getting to know so many good people, but to be here right now and to have this opportunity to be on the 10th Fresh Meat Pod episode. Thank you very much, guys. Very much. Cheers for that.
Wow. Man.